morning. Talia, you know what we're going to do this morning?
No, but hello.
We're going to do falafel. Falafel of fried garbanzo beans mix. And I'm going to show you how to do it.
Oh, I remember now.
Now, unlike hummus where you have to cook the garbanzo beans, with falafel you don't cook the garbanzo beans. You soak it overnight with 1 tablespoon of baking soda with 2 cups of chickpeas. Yes, I did.
Where is it?
Here we are. So this is my chickpeas.
It's heavy.
It's heavy, sure. We're going to drain it and wash it.
Can I drain it?
Sure.
So I just drained the chickpeas and
We're going to use this blender knife to chop up our garbanzo beans.
They're awesome.
Okay, I always use this to protect it so we don't get cut. So this is the safety way of storing your blades. We are going to put in our falafel a bunch of, what is this, Talia, do you know?
I'm not sure if it's parsley. I think it's cilantro.
Good, so this is cilantro, good
And
guess.
this is parsley.
That's right, so we're going to put a bunch of parsley and a bunch of cilantro.
Can I put it in?
We're going to, no, we have to wash it first.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just showing the ingredients. We're going to put a large onion. We're going to put a tablespoon of minced garlic. We're going to put black pepper,
and salt.
salt. We're going to put
Can I put it? Cumin.
We're going to put a little bit of cumin because we have this homemade spice that I made. This is called Hawaij. Hawaij is a spice that we put in soups and in other recipes. So I am going to write down exactly what's in this spice. So I made it. It's a homemade Hawaij. You can't have falafel without this spice. Sure, you can hold it. And then we'll put a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda. But we will only put it just before we fry it. We do not put it in our blender. Just before we fry it.
Tata,
Yes,
baking
Talia.
soda isn't food.
Yes, that's a good question. Baking soda, I have 2 of them. One is for food and one is like for cleaning, when we clean our bird pots.
Is
We
this
have a
one
video
the-
about that too.
Is this one the cooking one?
So this one's the cooking one, and how I know the difference, well, I put it in a Ziploc. So for cooking, I protect the hole and I close it up in a Ziploc. And the one in the refrigerator is open because we want it to absorb the odors in the refrigerator. That's why we keep it open. The other ones have 2
Oh, yeah.
baking sodas, yeah. And of course, with falafel, you need your hummus, you need tahini sauce, you need your Israeli salad, shredded cabbage, and fried eggplant. That's what we like. And fresh pita bread. I'm going to have a recipe for that too, to make your own homemade pita bread.
If you want to learn how to make this spice like we showed, this is the recipe to make it. First, you need 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1.5 teaspoon of coriander, a half a teaspoon of cardamom, 1.5 teaspoon of cumin, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. These are all the ingredients you will need.
And what is it called?
Hawaiian spice.
That's right.
This is all you need. Now we're cutting the onion. You could cut it in large pieces because when you're putting it in the blender, it is going to become smaller. We're putting half the amount each because our blender is too small. If you have a bigger blender, you might be able to put the whole amount. Now, every time you wash these things, you have to soak it so it gets all the little things out. Wait, don't you need to soak this one too?
Yes, we're going to do one at a time. So to soak it, we soak it, we shake it, we do the hokey pokey. Just kidding. So we're going to really rinse it out really, really good. And some are cleaner than others.
That's the
And
cold
some-
and maybe that, I think.
Or very, very like muddy. These are not bad, considering that they're organic.
So, in some recipes, you don't have to use the stems, but for this one, you can use the stems.
It's recommended to use the stems. There's a lot of vitamins also in the stems, and we're going to grind it up anyway to very small pieces.
That is very true. They're going to pulse it and make it all like small and blended. Can I do that?
Sure.
What about the ones up here? Since it's only doing it on the bottom.
What we do, we open it up. That's a really good question, Talia. We open it up and we sort of put it in like this. We push.
Can
Sure.
I like doing this. Okay, I think that's good. Wait, no. Why is it green?
It's green because it's got all that parsley and cilantro that we put in here.
Can I try it?
Sure. Now you want this to have that squishy sound. You want it to be moist. Now some people, Talia, like their falafel yellow, so they put turmeric. But we like ours
green.
That's right.
So now we are gonna put in all of this. Wait, all of it?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna add black pepper. Enough. Good.
I think I put too
salt.
much.
No, you put exactly the amount.
Yay.
And
I'm
then
just
some
eyeballing
salt.
it.
Okay. A little bit more. This falafel's a little bland. A little bit more.
What?
I would say like, yeah, a little bit more.
There you go.
I know one day you made us something and it was salty, and I think from that day
Yeah.
you're really, really careful with salt. Now we put our garlic in here already. It was here, so we put already our garlic. Now we're going to put cumin. We're going to eyeball this too. So we do have cumin in our Hawaij recipe, but we want extra cumin. I think that's about enough.
So now we are mixing all of these things that we put together.
At the meantime, Talia, I'm going to get my pot of oil ready. I'm going to put oil in our pot. We're going to put about half an inch actually.
This is baking soda and baking powder mixed together.
It's 1 teaspoon each.
And now we have to put it in. So if you don't have this thing for falafel, you could use your hands, or I think you said that we could use like
An ice cream scooper, that's it. And then what you do, when you carve it like this, you just pop it into the oil like that.
Can I try doing that? Now I'm trying to do the thing. I'm gonna use my hands
Okay.
to shape it.
You can pack it tight inside.
I just squeeze
Good
it.
job. Yeah, tight.
Like this,
Yeah,
and then
then you-
put it in the pot of oil.
when it's ready, yeah, just put
We are
it back.
putting the things in there, and now we're putting it into oil.
That's right. The oil is hot enough to use. Just gonna shape it like that, like a little hill there.
How do you know when it's hot enough?
You put a little. I put a little bit of the mix inside, and it showed me it was ready.
Oh,
There
okay.
you are.
Can I try?
Sizes,
This is the big one.
and this is the smaller one. See, this is nice and moist. Don't be encouraged to put flours. It's gonna be so moist when it's fried from the outside. You take a bite of it, it's gonna be really moist inside. With a slotted spoon. And I'm going to reduce a little bit the heat. Our falafel is coming out
What does
great
reduce?
to make less. So it's going to be less hot.
I'm gonna try it.
You use this side of the spoon and you're pressing down the level, this. You're going to press it down. You keep it down till you form your shape. And then when you put it in the oil, you let go. You let go of this part. Now, if you don't have one of those, you could use an ice cream scooper. Another important thing I forgot to mention is that if you think this is too much for you, the falafel for your family, you can freeze your falafel mix. But you want to freeze it before you put your baking powder and your baking soda. You do not put baking powder and baking soda in your mix if you're going to freeze it. So take half your mix and put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it for next time. Thank you for joining me.